What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another Football Manager video. You will be watching this video on Monday. It would have been fatal yesterday on Sunday. Usually I do a recap, then we play some games, but today we're going to start with the game. And the reason why we're going to be starting with the game is because it's against Shrewsbury in the FA Cup second round. Before we get, I don't want to get into anything about anything with the league or the cup runs or the squad or anything. I just want to show you guys, or get. I knew we was going to miss out on him. We'll talk about him some other time. Yeah, I just want to show you guys. Go straight on the bench, I think, as well. Show you guys the. I don't know where he is. Anyway, we'll deal with that after. Show you guys the first game. Then we'll get into a roundup afterwards, and the roundup might be much further on. I can't imagine we'll beat Shrewsbury. They're in League One. They're high in League One as well. So I fully expect us to just get completely pumped here. But you never know, you know? You never know. Sometimes an upset happens. A cup set happens. A cup upset. A cup set. You know what I mean? So let's just tell them we're the underdogs here. Let's give the fans a performance to cheer for. And then let's get these guys pumped up. And let's start on a defensive outlook, because I can't imagine we're going to have too many chances or too much possession or anything of the sorts. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Show some passion, lads. Show some passion. That's all we want. We want some passion straight away. 20 minutes in. Oh, Burton in. There's Hanks. Hanks to Burton. Is that a pen? Surely that's a pen. Oh, look how fast look how fast he is. Look how fast he is. Oh my God. How can I compete with that? That looks like a Premier League standard player. That's outrageous. His nickname is Cum Dog. Oh my God. Oh, good save, Greshak. Look at that. Hurst is up there. He's on his ones. Well, with two defenders as well. Greshak punts it. Oh, yeah. We just got no chance. Burgoyne. Burgoyne. Oh my days. Yeah. We got no chance. No pressure, guys. Honestly, just no pressure. It is like, honestly, Shrewsbury away, no dramas. More no pressure for these boys. Sante clears it. Oh. We're never going to do anything being defensive, are we? Let's go positive and see if we can grab a goal. Oh, here we go. Sante, turn him and burn him, baby. Yeah, you got the physicals. Foul ref, red card. Their pitch is much bigger. We just can't get close to them. This is not the kind of football we're used to. They're just toying with us as well. Hamilton. Pen. Damn it. Norburn. Oh, the save. Grashcheck. Let's go. We're still in the game, lads. We're still in the game. Still no pressure, boys. Hey, 2-0 down only. That's all right. No pressure. Grashcheck with the goal kick. Punts it up the field. Hurst wins the header, but doesn't really win the header. Owens, Booty. Booty out wide to Asante. Asante drives, cuts it in. Hurst, he's done it. He's scored. Hurst has scored. Come on. Can you believe it? We call him napping. We call him napping. Oh, never mind. At least we tried. Get Pollock on for his debut. Bring Brown back on for some fitness levels. It lasted about 5 minutes. The hope, the dreams, about 3 minutes even. Yeah, 3 minutes it lasted. The hopes and dreams. Hey, the fact that we scored a goal against Shrewsbury away, we can be proud of that. We're getting torn apart now, but we can be proud of that. Could you 2-1? There was a hope, there was a chance. There's Karen Brown into Pollock. Turn him and burn him, baby. Alston goes long. Oh, not quite. This guy Bassetti has been a monster all game. Here he is again. Whips it in. Oh, Pollock, he's away on his debut. Could you imagine? Oh, what a save. That would have been beautiful if he'd have managed to score. It would have been beautiful. Hey, 4-1's not even that bad. 5-1 would be a bit disrespectful, but 4-1's not bad. 4-2, like, I bet they've won games 4-1 or more in the league this season, you know? And there you go, guys. So we lose 4-1 to Shrewsbury. What do you expect? You don't expect anything. Look switched off. I am pleased. That was good. How can you be look switched off? That was a decent attempt. How much money did we get? Youthful Team Sweat come unstuck. 4,000 fans. Pollock makes professional debut. Oh, we got loads. We made like 60k out of that by looks of things. Have a look at income this month. Gate receipts, 60 grand. Although that's the whole... They're like an other prize money. FA Cup 37,000. What would it be for the income there? Either way, let's get into the rest of the video. All right, guys. So between now and the last game, a lot has happened. I think the last game that we played was the FA Cup game against, not even against Dagenham and Redbridge. It was the game against, who was it? It was a tough game, wasn't it? FA Cup first round, Hales Owen. Second, it was against Shrewsbury. That's the last game you saw. So between now and then, as you can see, we've got a fair few games in. So we've got a 2-0 win against Gosport. Samba and Asante scoring and winning. We lost to Concord, which is a bit tough, but we got Asante sent off very early on the 16th minute and got Agbontohoma injured very early on. So we were just in a bit of trouble there. So to only lose, you can see it there, Asante sent off 16 minutes in. And we was obviously 1-0 up with Pollock, and I'm going to show you him in a second. We end up losing that game, to be expected. We then drew with Slough 0-0, and again got 2 more injuries. And that injury for Whittaker was a 5 to 6 week injury, so we missed out a lot on him. We then drew with Dagenham and Redbridge in the FA Trophy first round and beat them in the first round replay, and that was really important because they at the time were first in the Vanarama National League, or second. But either way, we beat a top Vanarama National League team. We've also already beaten... who did we beat earlier on in the season? We beat another one of these clubs earlier on in the season as well. Just showing me and showing us that we can beat these better squads. We then got a 4-2 win over Chelmsford, a hat-trick for Whittaker, and a goal for Hurst, and an own goal for Booty. Or maybe that wasn't Whittaker's like long-term injury. Maybe that was his short-term injury from the game before. And then a 1-0 loss to Boreham Wood, who obviously were high in the table. And around this area here, I ended up changing my tactics, and I was struggling. From Concord onwards, I switched to a 4-4-2 because I signed Pollock, like literally here. So from Concord onwards, I was playing 4-4-2. I've gone back to the old formation now. We got a 0-0 draw, a 1-1 draw, a 3-2 win against Dagenham and Redbridge, 4-2 win against Chelmsford, 1-0 loss against Boreham Wood, a 1-0 loss against Wealdstone. We then beat Dulwich Hamlet 1-0, and they're super, super important games here as well, and I'll show you why in a second when we get to the table. We then beat Warrington 3-1 in the FA Trophy second round. We beat Hampton and Richmond, and look at that, Whittaker with a hat-trick. We beat Hampton and Richmond 3-1 in the league, Whittaker with a hat-trick. We then beat Billericay 7-3 in the league, Whittaker with 4 goals. And we then beat Weston-super-Mare 3-1, Whittaker with 2 more goals. So we literally got back-to-back hat-tricks. Well, 3 hat-tricks in a row, 10 goals in 3 games. 2 more goals against Weston-super-Mare. We then drew 3-3 with Chippenham, coming back with quite a late goal. Well, 64th minute there. Jacobson, another signing, massive signing. Got a lot to get through today. And then a 2-0 win against Gloucester, Peploe and Jacobson with the goals again. And that leaves us where we're at now, guys, which is playing York in 2 days. And the reason why I wanted to start here again is because I want to show you guys this game for the video. It's another, they are top of the Vanarama National League. Of course, they've been obviously a fair few years ago these days, back in 2013, 2014. They were in League 2 all the way up until like 2016, then down and then down again into the Vanarama National League North, and that's where they are currently sat at first in the league from last season, and they're now first in the league in the Vanarama National League. So big plays from York, and it's an important game for us because again it will just showcase where we sit in this table. You know, as I say, we've picked up some big wins this season against big opponents in the cup. So we got Dagenham and Redbridge a draw and a win, Shrewsbury a 4-1 loss, and of course they're League 1 Shrewsbury. That was a good result for us. We beat Chippenham, that didn't really count. Weston-super-Mare, that wasn't really that important. Okay, so this season that's actually only 2 top teams from the Vanarama National League. I thought there was another one in there. And then in terms of the transfers, guys, so for players out, we got rid of Sam Wilding to Bournemouth. He was on like £500 a week, and he's okay, but our plans have just changed. Our team has adapted, and he just wasn't worth the £400 to £500 per week we were spending on him. Instead, we bought in all of these players. Some of these are new. Some of them you've already seen. So Charlie Owens and Hatfield have been with us since the start. Hatfield is another one that I wish I never brought in. He's not really getting much game time. He's on £450 a week. I would much prefer someone on a long contract. My ideas of what I want from players at this league have changed dramatically to the point where physicals are so valuable. And the best way I can explain as to why is basically technicals at this level are so irrelevant because of the fact that the players are so bad typically. And so what you would prefer is somebody with really, really good physical stats that can be so fast or so strong that they'll get 3 or 4 bites at the cherry per game on average to someone who might be marginally better technically, but considerably worse physically, that might only get 1 or 2 chances per game or attacks down the wing per game or whatever it may be. So the idea is literally just having a team that is much, much faster and much, much stronger than the opponents so that you just overwhelm them with chances and eventually score. So the mental and technical side of things, they're not irrelevant, they're just not as relevant. So Hatfield at 30 years old on £450 a week is just not somebody I want in the club. I want to get rid of him as quick as possible. Terrell Whittaker, of course, we signed. He was always due to be a beast. We need to improve his determination to really help him come through, which means I need to sign like a really wise old striker that can coach him and tutor him and bring his determination up, which will help his other stats outside of that. And then in terms of his stats, 38 goals in 35 starts and 2 sub appearances, and in the league 31 goals in 29 total appearances. An absolutely phenomenal return. Grashek, the goalkeeper, another brilliant player. He's been spectacular for us this season. Conceded only 29 in 30 games with 14 clean sheets, which is fantastic. James Brighton we bought in as a backup left back. We just desperately needed someone. Paying probably a bit too much for him. He's not very good at all. I just needed someone. But since then we loaned in Harry Falston, who again isn't great, but and this is like a prime example, right? He's got great tackling, great marking, great heading for this league, but his balance and his agility aren't super high. His stamina and strength are not great. Got great natural fitness and decent pace and acceleration, but you'd be better off with someone like 15s and 14s across the board here, and like 10s and 12s here instead of like 12s to 14s. It's just a much better setup for this lower league. So we've got Falston on loan, who obviously is a really, really good utility player for the back line. We bought in Peploe on loan. So he is just always drained. I don't know why, like the way we play him. He's always super, super tired in game, but he's very good for us. Great acceleration and agility, great natural fitness and pace, very good jumping reach. And then other than his stamina, balance, and strength, he's like top tier for us. So he's our go-to left back. And then we signed Samba from Reading. Tried really hard to get some loans in from Reading all season. Eventually one stuck. We got Samba. He's not performing to the level that I would have expected for a player with stats this good. His stamina, his pace, his natural fitness and jumping, his agility are all top tier. His first touch, dribbling and crossing for this league are brilliant. His off the ball and work rate for this league are brilliant. He's got a good overall average rating. His dribbles per game are good. You know, his pass percentage is okay, but he just doesn't get involved in the action. And I don't know how to get him more involved in the action. And Asante is doing considerably better. And then we've got 3 new signings since the last time we looked at the team. The first one was Pollock. So because Whittaker got injured, I started looking around for another striker, and we found Pollock, and he is brilliant. He doesn't quite have great stamina, and he doesn't have good determination. So he's only going to be good for like a year or two at this level and not much past that, because he's just not going to grow as a player. But he's got 14 pace, 13 fitness, 13 agility, 13 acceleration, 14 off the ball, and then very, very good dribbling, finishing, and first touch. So we can play him out on the wing, or we can play him up front, and he's just going to create absolute havoc. So he's almost like Whittaker version 2. He's not quite as good as Whittaker, but he's still pretty good. So we're still trying to get his like match fitness and match sharpness up to date. And I am playing him as a right wing as well, not as a striker. And the signing him was the reason I was switched to a 4-4-2. And as I say, it just didn't work out. I couldn't get the team performing as well as I wanted. We then signed Ollie O'Neill as well. So another young player with great physicals, 19 years old, 18 determination. So he is going to get much, much better and will likely be with us for a fair few years, so long as I can continually extend his contract. He can play on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side as a winger or as a midfielder. He's got very good physicals, great determination, and then already very good crossing and decent first touch and dribbling. I have a feeling he's going to be an extremely strong player for us as the years go on. And he's doing all right for us so far. 3 starts, 9 sub appearances, 1 goal. And then last but not least, we signed Joe Jacobson, of course, has a team of the season in FIFA this year. He goes against everything that I've just been saying in terms of physicals. He's got 5 acceleration, 5 agility, 4 pace, 4 strength, 7 stamina. His natural fitness, his jumping reach, and his balance are good. I got him for one reason. He was actually a panic buy. And we'll go and have a look at the squad real quick first. So Hanks here is unhappy. I tried to offer him a new contract. Somebody else offered him a contract because he's on a non-contract. So I tried to offer him a new contract. He doesn't want to sign it. He's unhappy at the club. And the reason why he's unhappy is because he feels like we don't have enough depth at left back, in spite of the fact we now have Jacobson, Peplo, Folston, and Brighton. We have 4 left backs. I don't know why he's still unhappy. I don't know how to change that. I don't know how to remove that unhappiness from him. And so because he was unhappy, because he's on a non-contract, and because he wouldn't sign a new contract, when another team offered him a deal, I thought he was going to go, and it was Concord that offered him a contract. So I panicked straight away because he has been instrumental to us for one reason and one reason only. He's not specifically spectacular, but he has 14 corners and 13 free kicks, which is why he gets so many assists for us. Last season, 26 assists, 8 goals in 52 appearances from that defensive midfield role. So we went and got Jacobson, and I'm playing him at centre midfield, as you can see. And I know a lot of people disagree with this kind of stance. Like on stream last night, there was a lot of like backs and forths as to whether or not what I'm doing here is the right thing to do. But straight off the bat, you can see in 9 Vanarama National League appearances, Jacobson has scored 3 goals and got 6 assists, all from the centre midfield position, because he has 15 crossing, 16 corners, and 16 free kicks. So as a technical player, where he sits in the squad, he just sits in that midfield role. His job is not to run. I've made sure we picked a great position for him where his stats just excel. And his job is just to put in the corners and put in the free kicks and try and help us score goals. So we're still playing in a 4-3-3. Other than that, in terms of the league, guys, we're in a great spot. So the reason why it was important to notice or to note about the games that we played recently, we played Bournemouth, Wealdstone, Dulwich Hamlet, and I think that's it actually. But of those squads, Bournemouth, Wealdstone, and Dulwich Hamlet are currently 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So we've already played the 3 next best teams in the league on the run into the back end of the season, which means other than Dover and Maidstone pretty much, from Dorking down, these teams we're just considerably better than, and we should be taking easy wins against all of them. And so for the rest of the season, we're 7 points clear after playing already these three. And I was actually 2 points, like you see, I dropped into second for a couple of games. That was because we had fixture pile up because of the cup replays. But we've basically been first the whole season. And we're 7 points clear now of Wealdstone and Bournemouth, and 14 points clear of Dulwich Hamlet, and then 22 points clear of the playoff places in general. We're in a spectacular position to go through and win this league. So that's where we are in the league. And then in terms of like the detailed player stats, Whittaker is doing bits. He's the top goal scorer by a long way, 13 goals more than Liam Nash. Do we get to see his injury? If we look at his form anyway, you can see here he's got 1 goal, 3 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal. He didn't score in the last game, but you'll see just down here a bit, he got injured on the 17th of the 11th game against Oxford in the 72nd minute. He missed out against Willand, against Shrewsbury, against Gosport. I had him on the bench against Concord, even though he was still like injured, but the orange injury where you could put him on the bench. I subbed him on Slough just because I think I had another injury might have been Pollock that got injured in the Slough game. And then I couldn't really use him against Dagenham and Redbridge. But then finally he came back for the final Dagenham and Redbridge game. So he was out altogether for just under a month, which isn't too bad. But think how many more goals he could have if not. And then the other big development with Whittaker is we managed to get him for another year. It doesn't expire now until 30th of the 6th, 2022, which is the... So we've already offered him a new contract. So it expires here. I don't know what this means, but he is provisionally agreed to sign a new £450 per week contract on the 24th of the 4th, 2022. So that's when his contract will kick in for another year. So we've got him for a guaranteed second year, which means our squad with Whittaker, Pollock, few of the other players that we've got going on, we have got an absolutely incredible foundation to the team. And here we go into York, guys. We've played a whole bunch of games. I was playing a few just off stream and off video last night, and York are only evens favourite for this, which isn't too bad. And we've just got a good run in now to the back end of the season. I won't even lie. I kind of hope I lose to York. I just want to make sure that we can consolidate in the league, guarantee ourselves promotion through winning the league. I don't want to have to play through playoffs or anything. I don't want it to be like, I don't want to get to a point where there's like 5 games left and I'm only 2 points clear and it starts getting a bit panicky and a bit nervous. I want to be like 10, 15 points clear all the way at the end. Gloucester have offered for Hatfield. So Hatfield, as I say, I want to get rid of just because £450 a week. When we look at the finances in terms of the wages, we're about £1,000 a week over. So if we can get rid of Hatfield and who else did we have on here that was a bit of a wage that we don't care about? Brighton at £300 a week as well. As I say, he was a panic buy. And then other than that, that's it pretty much. But we can basically get our wage bill back down. And in terms of the club vision, board are obviously very happy. We're at an A- right now. Very pleased with the fact that we're going to reach the playoffs minimum. Past the FA Cup first round, we got to the second round, of course, and then lost to Shrewsbury. And then we are second round minimum of the FA Trophy. Currently very pleased because we are currently in the third round. So we've beat everything that they expected of us so far this season. I extended my contract with the club as well, which is fantastic. And before we go into this game, offers from Gradzszek. I'm willing to discuss terms with Lodz, Legia and Czechia, but I'm happy to stay at the club. Wait, why people... Is he on a non-contract? No, he's not. It expires in 4 months. He says he's happy to stay at the club. I need him to stay at the club. He's not just first choice goalkeeper. He's star player level. He's so good. And we'll set this to start at the end of the season. So he's happy, which is good. We can't afford him. Not even in the slightest. If he wants 1.5k a week, we have got no chance. If we add the sell-on fee percentage and put that up to 50, we literally just... It's impossible for us to be able to reach anything more. We can add as many bonuses as we want to try and keep him on. If we add a clean sheet bonus, international cap bonus, I'll put all the bonuses up to the most that they can go to. Maybe he'll be happy, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to keep hold of Gradzszek for much more than one season. And there you go. That's going to be curtains for us. And he is just considered, like, he's just too good for our team anyway, right? We managed to get a wonder player with how good his stats are. The fact that he's playing in the Vanarama, like, South is crazy. We got him from Arsenal's youth team we are going to have to just find a new goalkeeper for next season. But it's not a problem. I'm finding it quite easy to pick up these like super players that are coming quite quickly. So hopefully that won't be too bad of an issue. We've actually got Butler here, who's not terrible. You know, his positioning is quite bad, but as a backup goalkeeper, he's not terrible. Hopefully we'll be able to sign another goalkeeper to come on board after Grashek inevitably now leaves. And here we go, guys. So our game against York, which will be the only game for today other than the first game. So two games against two Vanarama or League One teams. So some good football here, although you guys are probably not going to see the good football because we're probably going to lose the games. Let's put the commentary to key highlights again. I've been watching it on commentary only. And from kickoff, there's going to be a chance. So, as I say, this is a Vanarama National League team. And if we want to get promoted back-to-back seasons, which I think we can if we was able to keep this squad together, we're going to need to be beating these. But with the fact that Grashek is going to be leaving, the fact that Jacobson is going to be retiring after this season, and he's like quite influential for us, and the fact that we've got quite a few like holes in our team where obviously the left back on loan and the right wing on loan are quite instrumental to the value of the club right now, it might be a bit difficult to get back-to-back promotions. However, on a plus side, it could be really good. Oh, his booty through to Whittaker. Is Whittaker going to do it against York? Oh, he's not. On the plus side, getting promoted in the first place could mean that we have a lot more loans coming in from Reading next season, which could help us progress straight away on again. And that's a good save from Grashek. Honestly, he is top level. He is so good. And you can see from my stamina levels, guys, as well. Always my fullbacks in the 4-3-3 just drain stamina. 10 minutes in against York. It looks like they're going to have a chance here. It's going to be Kempster. Surely he was offside. He wasn't. So Jolly there. Yeah, good stats, good finishing, good physicals. And again, that's really is the killer at this stage. This league is having a good combination of good physicals and good technicals, which is why Whittaker has already got almost 40 goals this season, because he's just got everything in abundance. And I firmly believe he could be with us. As long as we keep getting promoted, we'll be able to keep extending his contract, which will be good. But here we go. We're going to have another chance. The ball goes long. The ball is through to Whittaker. Down on the left-hand side. Got some good options here. He's had a shot himself. That is poor. That is poor. He's panicking, isn't he? He's trying to show off in front of the National League, and he's just not getting what he needs. But yeah, Peplo on 74% stamina. Burton on 75. I have that problem all season so far. Even though they have good natural fitness and good stamina, they just keep losing out. But here's Pollock, the new signing, comes out right, gets in behind. Curran Brown with a shot. Oh, it's hit the keeper. We'll get a corner from it. And Jacobson, as you guys know, has been very, very deadly for us so far with 3 goals and 6 assists in 9 games. If he could end up picking up another assist here, it would be nice. Parker does get the header to it, but we need Agbon to Homer for those corners. He scored so many goals for us last season. I think it was 8 goals last season. He's already got like 4 or 5 this season too. But he's the one that pops the balls in the back of the net from the corners. And again, it's almost a position where it's like, I don't mind sacrificing some of his defensive capabilities because he is so influential from corners. And, you know, better to win 5-4 or 5-3 than end up losing, 1-0 because you've got better defenders. So 23 minutes into the game, this is going to be a chance. This is going to be a goal scoring opportunity here because it's from the corner. So this is going to be a proper, and there it is. So Harry Foster, he puts us 2-0 down. And as I say, I was looking forward to using this game as kind of like a gauge as to where we are against the league. What I will say is York are obviously head and shoulders top of the table. How many points clear were they? They were 13 points clear at the top of the Vanarama National. Like they are honestly just far too good for the league. So it's almost like a League 2 team that we're playing against here. So, as long as we can be semi-competitive, maybe get a goal or 2, and not get pumped by like 4 or 5 goals, I'll be leaving this game quite happy and quite positive. But if we do end up losing like 4 or 5-0, it'll be quite sad. We've got O'Brien here for them, flips out to Foster or Forster, he just about keeps it in. Booty can clear it. Just don't hit a long shot. Every time you play against teams like this that have the ball here, they'll just drill some weird shot. But they've worked it out wide, and Dyer's going to whip that one in. That's another header, but it's gone wide. So 30 minutes in, we've created some chances. The possession obviously isn't in our favour. We don't have the team to play possession football. We're going to hold on to that. Peplo gets the ball into Grashek. So we've got a couple of the star players, man. We've got obviously a couple of star players in defence with Burton and Peplo. We've got a couple of star players in midfield with Jacobson and Owens. A couple of star players up front with Pollock and Whittaker, and a star player in goal. We've got a good squad. We're just 4 or 5 players, maybe 6 players away from having a great squad. And you can see with the fitness levels, we just don't have any chance. Peplo and Burton are already so drained. They're just going to struggle in the second half. So let's give them an aggressive, show me something else. Let them know that we're not happy. I have got a couple of defenders that I can bring on. We can put Folston out wide, and I think I might now. Let's bring on Matthews for the right back spot because Burton's just drained. Let's bring Asante on for Pollock. Pollock's just a bit too young. Maybe I should have started Asante in this game as well. But Asante's, again, much like Samba, that just hasn't done well from left wing. Pollock, he had a good start to the season, and then he just kind of fell off. But the ball comes in. It's going to be Whittaker, and Whittaker does score. 39th goal of the season, and that is another assist from Jacobson. That's now 10 goal contributions in 11 games for him. And we find ourselves at 2-1. And so now there's a chance. Now we've got some hope. If York fall asleep again or give us another set piece again, we could be in a great spot. Well, they're making subs now, though, sadly. So that's going to be absolute curtains for our midfield here. And let's bring on O'Neill for Curran Brown. And there's going to be another chance here. Curran Brown gets the ball. Peplo. Is this going to be our attack? Are we going to break through here? Yes, we are. Whittaker's going to have the ball. He's got so much, look at that, so many physicals. He's just gone straight past his team. Finds Asante. Asante into the box. Oh, he's put it in the back of the net. It's his 10th goal of the season. And we've come back from 2-0 down against York. It's 2-2. And as the super sub Asante has been an absolute dream there. He must have heard me. Telling him that he's not been good enough. Now we've got, since going positive, we've been starting to put the hurt on York a little bit. 10 minutes to go. A replay is definitely not what I need. I would genuinely rather lose than go for a replay. As I say, I want to just focus on the league. But here we go. Booty. We've got a chance. Ball down. Whittaker can't keep it. Now we're caught out. Peplo was too far up the field. Williams. Oh my God, what a terrible shot. What is that for a highlight? That's just never a highlight. 2 minutes to go. 4 minutes of injury time. As I say, I almost wouldn't mind losing from this stage onwards. And it's not, we're into extra time, so it is going to be, it's not penalties after extra time, I don't believe. I believe it's, go and have faith in you, Yeah, it's not penalties. I believe it goes to after extra time. It then goes to a replay. So we both agreed that we want to play extra time because neither of us want to take away from our incredible title runs. That's going to be a red card, isn't it? That was just absolutely yep. Jacobson sent off. I don't know what he's done there. I think he thinks he's playing like in a completely different sport with that kind of tackle. I know I've got another sub, but it's kind of pointless now. We've got no stamina, only 10 men, no real chance. Our best hope is now for replay. As I say, I just let's go attacking. I either want to, in fact, let's go very attacking. I either want to win this game or lose this game. Let's bring Hatfield on for Booty for some fitness in the midfield. We're going to need it as well. And here is Peplo. Plays it up to Whittaker. What can he do with it? Peach of a ball to Asante. He's offside. He's put it away. And that is the best finish you'll ever see from a player who generally can't score one-on-ones in a game that doesn't allow you to score one-on-ones. He's tucked it in so nicely behind the goalkeeper. Sadly offside. Here's Whittaker again, though. He's got Asante down the right again. And Asante's physicals are proving to be really, really good. It's going to be their chance, isn't it? We're going to get caught out. I can't believe he hasn't scored off of that. 1 minute of injury time to go. And it looks like that is it. So we're going to have a replay. And again, what you can't fault, okay, they had 29 shots and 15 on target versus our 12 and 6. They dominated possession as well. 2-2 against York, who are clear top of the league. Jacobson sent off in the 97th minute, and look at the stamina. Parker, 49%. Peplo, 44%. Like, my team is drained, and they still did good enough to get a draw against York. And that, guys, shows me that this set of players can absolutely, categorically perform. I don't want to appeal that. Can absolutely perform at the top level. No question about it. Now, in terms of stamina, my team is so drained. Jacobson is going to be out, so we're going to bring Hanks back in. We're going to have to give everyone... I'm going to give them 3 days rest. I know it's not great for training, but again, at this stage, I would be very surprised if in 2 years more than 3 of the players in the team currently are still in the team. Who could I expect in the team still in 3 years? Whittaker, yes. Owens, potentially, but probably not. Graschek, if we can get a contract on him, and Brad Burton, also yes. The rest of the team, I can't imagine any of them are going to be there. So we will go and play the next game as well, guys. We'll finish off this York battle, and this has been a big problem for me this season. When we look at the cup games, Weston-super-Mare, an away draw, a home win. Chippenham, an away draw, a home win on penalties, no doubt. We then played Dagenham and Redbridge, a home draw, an away win. We've now got York, an away draw, and another home game. We're literally 4 or 5 games more than we would have played otherwise. Is Matthews out now as well? No, he's not. Yeah, see, Peplo needs a rest, and that's what we're giving him. He's played 35 games this season. We're going to have to... I could start Brighton. I just know it's going to be curtains. I might start Peplo and bring Brighton on the bench and sub Brighton in at half time, because Peplo again is just going to be tired very, very quickly. But Brighton doesn't have Whittaker set for move to York. Reports linking. Look, see, York, they play me one time. He scores against them. Now they want to buy him. You can stay away from my players, pals. 39 goals in 38 games. Mainstream, the Minster men are expected to have very little chance of convincing the player to leave his current club, and that is why we absolutely need to get promoted this season. I need Whittaker to know that he's at a club that has got dreams, hopes, and a chance of taking him to Division 2 or Division 1 football. And I've seen a few people say, if I can actually get his determination up, he is the kind of player that if the coaching is right, if all the situations are right, he can actually perform at championship level. So if we can manage to do all the right things for him there in this campaign, that'd be great. Now, good news is, if we do manage to beat York, we've got Concord next, and Concord are not particularly a team that I feel like would struggle against. So it would be very nice to get that win against York now. As I say, I think I would have preferred if we would have just lost the game instead of having the replay. But now we've got the replay already, and now we've got the fixture pile up again already. It would be super nice if we have the capabilities to go through and then beat Concord and maybe get ourselves through into a quarter-final of the FA Trophy. That would be really nice. Maybe we'll get our first trophy on the board. So Widzew are going to sign Graschek. Now, aren't they a top Polish league team? Yeah, Polish First Division. I think they've even won the title. Back in 2010 and 2009, they were title winners. They haven't really been around in the top since, but it is crazy to me that Graschek is going to be going to a team so big. We obviously just couldn't keep him. He's just too good for us, and it's sad. It's sad that we're going to lose him. But let's get the best out of him from the season as we can. Wealdstone have lost another game, which is great news. They lost to Chippenham of all teams as well. Gosport and Welling drew. Everything's coming in trumps for us to win the league. No question about that. We've still got to play through this league as well. So many of all of these 9th and lower teams. I think the only high teams we've got left are Dover and Maidstone. After that, it's going to be really, really easy. But even then, we're already so many points clear of Dover and Maidstone. There's obviously an imbalance in the teams. So we'll go into this York game. That'll be the last game for today's video. It's going to be a really long video for today as well. Big roundup, lot done. Hopefully we'll have this season finished in the next couple of days. I want to get straight up into the Vanarama National and start working on rebuilding again. And that's a fun thing I find for the lower league content, or the lower league kind of saves that you can have in Football Manager, is that you are rebuilding constantly all the time, and it's just nice. Obviously I would like eventually to settle, have a team and start building stats and figures on a team, start getting players on hundreds of goals, hundreds of appearances, breaking club records. But we'll see. So we're at home to York. Hopefully should be a bumper crowd here today. I think you find out at halftime, don't you? And their stamina's not the greatest now. It's a little bit more of an even match, because obviously I sent my players out to rest for 3 days, and the way their AI works, they wouldn't have done. I think we're in a really nice spot here. So Parker with the ball, 20 minutes in, into Booty. We've got Hanks in the team now instead of Jacobson, which is a big loss. Ball goes in, and there is Whittaker. He's put it wide. He's put it wide. The chances are coming thick and fast for us so far, though. Ball goes out to the right. I should have started Asante again this game. He was so impactful off the bench last game. And that's kind of what I want Pollock to be. I want Asante to be like the main man, creating the chances for the first 60, 70 minutes. And that's a great goal from O'Brien. Can't stop that. And then for Pollock to come on with those great physicals and just cause havoc in the end, sort of like 20 or 30 minutes. Sadly, 1-0 down after 21 minutes and a highlight straight from kickoff as well. Now, this could either be good news and us back in at 1-1, or it could be terrible news and us conceding two very quick... he's given away a penalty. Yeah, that's going to be game over. I know we went 2-0 down away from home to York, and we managed to come back. Oh, Grashek with the save. He saved the penalty in a couple of games ago as well. He's absolutely doing brilliant for us there. He might have just kept us in the game. It would be hilarious if they scored straight from the corner, wouldn't it? Surely that's a foul. I mean, we're not having possession again, but we are creating chances. And that, again, is down to the physicals of the team that we put together. Here's Hanks with the ball in. Is that a pen? Folston, the keeper was on the floor. Was that the chance? The keeper couldn't see anything. I think it's going to be their chance. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, we're creating enough. We just need to put the ball in the back of the net. And we've got the firepower up front to do so. The stamina for them, the conditioning, should I say, is a little bit worse than ours. Late on in the game, I'm going to hold my subs for as late as possible. Obviously, if I go 2-0 down, we might have to make some changes. But other than that, I'd like to hold on to the subs as long as possible and make 3 midfield and attacking subs as late as possible to really capitalise on the stamina issues. And here is Pollock, and he drills it, and he's got a rebound and a tap in, and it's a goal off the post back to himself. And Pollock puts it in the back of the net, showing that he can do it at a higher level as well. And he scored it. Maybe I won't be bringing Asante on so quick. Here's O'Brien with the corner for York, though. Ball goes in, cleared out. Pollock can break away. He gets bumped in the back there, but Burton, he's going to have Pollock down that right-hand side as well, countering from the corner. I can see Pollock into the space there. Folston plays it long. Unless Whittaker can steal this, it's not going to be our chance. Hopefully it's not a ball straight down the gut, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Green Birch picks it up. Forster has the ball, plays it out wide. This has got goal written all over it. Into the back post. It's over the bar. That's nice. All right, 40 minutes to go, guys. And now we're back in the game. And that hits the wall. Odimayo loses out. Burton, he's got Whittaker through. Whittaker takes it around a defender, shoots, scores, and that's his 40th goal of the season. And Whittaker puts us 2-1 up against York. And I'm staying positive. It might not be the greatest thing to do, but I feel like if we try and play defensive, my defenders just aren't quite good enough to play defensive, basically. Like, we'll end up getting just obliterated. So staying on this attacking setup is where I want to go. So I'm going to bring Pollock off. I'm going to bring Curran Brown off. And I'm going to bring back on... let's bring Brighton on. Peplo is actually okay, but we're going to bring him on. He's only playing at a 6.4. So Brighton, obviously, for the match sharpness. We're 2-1 up with 20 minutes to go. And as I say, if we can win this game, we've got a fairly easy game against Concord in the next round. One that I'd expect to win. 10 minutes to go. Forster with a cross in. It's taken a deflection and has gone in. Williams' 5th goal of the season. It's literally bounced off of one of the players to go in. And now we've got a game. Let me give them a demand more. I want them to go and win this. I don't want to go to extra time again. That would just be absolutely horrendous. Hopefully it goes straight to pens. I don't know what the protocol is after already having extra time. So no, we've got extra time yet again. All right, come on. Let's dig in. Let's go and get this win. Here's a corner for York. 1 minute into extra time. Grashek with the save. That probably was the highlight, though. Grashek's just too good. He saved the penalty as well, which kept us in it. So sad that it was like so late in the game. Maybe last 15 minutes I should have micromanaged it. He's had a pop there. It's gone wide. Yeah, maybe last 15 minutes I should have micromanaged it to try and get the clock burning down. And if we take the lead now in extra time, I'll definitely slow the tempo of the game down. But this looks like another York highlight here. Whitley's already created a few chances by just punting it down the middle. And there you go again. And Williams is through and he scored it this time. And now we're in trouble. We're going to have to go attacking. And this could just be where the fitness, the stamina just really creates a few problems for us. Even though their team is also quite low, Asante and O'Neill are in good spot. We have got one more sub available now as well. So we'll go ahead and make that sub. Let's get Hurst in for Whittaker. Brave taking off our star man, but he's down at 64% stamina, and Hurst has got very, very good stats as well, especially as a super sub. And here is Asante using those physicals to get in around. He's got men in the box. He's drilled it himself, and he's got to be cutting that across. He's got to be putting that in. Here we go, putting some pressure on now, though. Neil, Booty, space out wide. No, they've actually countered the chance here. Here's Jolly, good tackle, straight back into Forster. He's got space in the box, back into Jolly. They're going to give him time to shoot it here, aren't they? And Forster does score, but it's offside. 10 minutes to go. We're going to have to go very attacking. There is literally no time left now. And again, I kind of just wish we would have lost in regular time in the first game. To go extra time twice against York and still lose is quite sad. But again, the positives we can take from this is that in back-to-back games, we gave York one hell of a set of games. So we did really, really well. A 3-2 extra time loss and a 2-2 draw with York. Can't really complain about that. I think we get some finances in for that as well. And the finances of the club are looking good now. 120,000 in debt overall. The projection has come way back down. It was up at like 1.1 million earlier for the end of the 23-24 season. And that is going to be it, guys. A bumper long episode for today. That's where we're at. As I say, the next episode will hopefully be us closing out the season, actually, and getting promoted. But this is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.